So I ran into one of Dragonfly's friends that plays with us a bunch in custom games, in ranked, and we played, oh god, just a ton of games, and it was probably like 60-40 in his favor, or maybe closer to 70-30. But it definitely showed me a bit of Tira, which I've seen like twice, and those 2 times were playing against this guy in custom games. Just based off of that, I think it's a lot easier for Taki than it is for Mitsurugi, for sure. Letting Tira have her turn is just kind of aids, but there's no way I'm going to record all of these, because I'm going to stick a few other matches in with this as well. But I think I'm just going to do a 3-3. So, like, 3 of my wins, 3 of his, and conveniently, that worked out as the first 3 games we played and the last 3 games we played, which is something that I definitely prefer to do, because then I can look and see if there were any adjustments or not made and all that fun stuff. So, Lye versus Little Red Riding Tira. Let's see how we do.
Battle 1. Fight.
You're not.
Kind of just saying hello at first, and then we get into it. It's pretty much just doing like light pokes in this first round here, so far at least. I mean, 1 KB is wildly unsafe most of the time. Well, no. It is kinda safe when you use it, if you use it appropriately. But if you use it inappropriately, it is wildly unsafe. Like, it is just CE punishable between the 1K and the B. Which is just, you know, someone hit confirming you hitting them, and they just get a fucking ridiculous amount of damage punished. Was that 2 ring outs? Probably was.
Battle 3. Fight.
I never saw him do a break attack off of that Tira string, the one where she jumps and skips around. Yeah, that narrows it down. Yeah, that one. I never saw her do a break attack off of that, so I could probably, if I figured out when to time it, I could probably reversal edge just like every single one. That was a nice duck on the grab, and the wherewithal to punish with something quick and meaningful.
You want to serve under me?
Like, AA may not have done it, because he probably could have ducked it in time. So I take the first one, but then he takes the next 2. What I expect to see here is just me having no idea what's coming next, and you know that's pretty much what my night was. It was, oh, okay, well, how long do Tira's hitbox linger? And you know, she's definitely an oddball character like Baldo, so without like matchup specific knowledge, or rather Tira specific knowledge, you get hit all the goddamn time. I know, probably like 15 games in, our first contact started just being us both backing up. because a lot of the time, if he came in on me, I'd land a 6A plus B, and no one likes starting off the round with like a 60 damage attack throw. That's just... it's demoralizing. Oh, biggest complaint I had about this matchup is all this shit that put me in fucking crouch gave me neutral K out of it, not while rising K. And that fucked me up so many times. Oh my god, it was ridiculous. It's just like shouting at my computer, it's a while rising K! And it's just like, no, it's not. And I'm like, why not? And it's just because. That was another first contact hit. That was the attack throw that he hit me with, as opposed to the attack throw I'd hit him with. I'm pretty sure with more practice, I'll be able to step that blue attack on reaction, even online. Oh my god, finding Tira moves that are at least -12 was just the worst. I found like one, and that was it. I see Eat a lot, and you know, at least half of them were just straight up blocked because I'd watch her do some kind of like safe fucking launcher or some shit, and I'd think, oh, okay, well that was a pretty quick mid launcher. Well, of course it's mid. That was a pretty quick launcher. That's probably at least -12. So, you know, in the block animation, I'd be spamming critical edge, and sure enough, it never was -12.
Battle 1. Fight.
Like, the majority of critical edges I landed were either, oh, I found out that little stance he does counter hits everything except maybe blue attacks. I didn't try blue attacks. I tried grabs, I tried highs, I tried lows, I tried launchers, I tried attack throws, and I switched it up just about every single time to try and fully test it. And I believe I've almost fully tested it. The only thing left to do would be either a 4 BKB or a whatchamajigger. A plus B. I suppose I could do an 8A plus B, but since you can cancel it, I'd probably just end up getting stepped. That, where she just smashed the ground there, that was like the one mid I found for Tira that was -12. I'm sure plenty exist. I'm also sure I don't know what they are. Launchers are usually a pretty safe bet because, you know, they're fucking launchers, but not so much. Not so much here. I'm still trying to do 4 KB after 1 AB lands. That's a Soul Calibur 2 combo, not a Soul Calibur 6 combo.
Battle 4. Fight.
I think if I get a counter hit on the 1 AB, then I can do Mitsurugi's basic punish. But I think if I don't, all I probably get is a 236B, or at least the most optimal thing I get is a 236B. Oh man. I actually just learned right before I left work today about Tira's just like passive soul charge. So I actually knew I knew what was happening. I at the very least knew what the glow was, knew what it meant. That being said, not knowing any of Tira's soul charge moves, it really didn't matter that I knew. So those are the first three. And here are the last three. In case you ever find this paranoid, good games. I had to go to bed like right after these games. So don't think I just left you because, oh, I finally won one, bye! It wasn't like that.
Warriors.
I'll give
Battle 1. Fight.
Alright, so let's see any adaptations we made. If, yeah. Spacing that back turned AD, I'm guessing it is. Oh god, and that fucking... the unblockable that looks vertical but is actually horizontal. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Battle 2. Fight.
Yeah, it's gotta be an AB. Couldn't be anything else. I've actually been getting 3A to work a lot in a lot of different games, which has amazed me because, I don't know, for like a solid 2 weeks there, maybe more, probably more, solid month there. No, I've only had this game for like a month and a half. It's probably 2 weeks. Solid 2 weeks there. I just thought that 3A was trash, honestly. It has 0 range. You gotta be like in your opponent's hitbox for it to land. Sure, it stuns, but it's got very low damage, and the only guaranteed combo I think you can get off of it is critical edge, and it scales the critical edge like a son of a bitch. But when your opponent has half a yellow life bar and you're like all up inside them, then that safe lead into critical edge, especially since that was the other unsafe Tira move that I found. At least I think it's unsafe. I don't think he pressed a button. I hope that's unsafe. Looking at it, I really hope that's unsafe. I mean, my fucking god. The hula hoop looks like it should be fucking unsafe too, but you can, I learned you can duck it, before the third hit of the hula hoop, and I could probably get a while rising B 2B 8A plus B off for like a solid 85 damage. I don't know what it actually deals. It's something in the 80s. For a solid amount of damage. So if I were good and I could see this shit coming, that would be what I'd like to do. I guess that's why he was rarely ever going for the B option out of reversal edge, is because the B option is so good just by looking at it. I think he expected that I knew that. I didn't know that. Not even close. I had no fucking idea that that's what it did.
Battle 2. Fight.
Let me.
If you just held it there, I mean, it counterattacks grabs. Okay, so you've got Ting Ting on the hula hoop to duck it. Pretty much at that speed, too. is not going to happen right before bed, and probably not easily online. I think I can do it once I got my Tira knowledge down. I think I'll be able to. But yeah, not so much. Yeah, see, I just got. After that, I just fucking stood there. I was like, okay, that's all I got for this round. Let's try next round. I actually got A plus B out of Mist to work quite a few times too. I only got the unblockable ones, but it just straight up hit a number of times. I wonder if that ping is going to come through both as system sound and through my microphone. Who knows? It could. It might. Weird time to reversal edge. It's been seeing me go into Relic and just slap out blue attack after blue attack for, you know, the entirety of these games.
Let me crush your heart.
Yeah, the only reason that was unsafe was because he pushed a button. I tried to punish that move the same way again later. No dice. Just didn't fucking happen. And I suppose we'll see that, because the only later is 2 games, which I'm going to show. That must be special low. Oh, yeah. Same game even. I had the right idea if it was actually an unsafe move, but it's not. Characters in Soul Calibur at -12? Unheard of. Unless you're playing Maxi or Mitsurugi. I'm sure there are others too. Fuck off, but those are just the 2 I really notice.
Warriors.
Alright, last game.
One. Fight.
Hey, we caught the unblockable. Cool.
Battle 2.
With the number of times I got him wrung out with that 1BB, I would have thought he'd start ducking by the ring edge, but he never did. With the exception of like once, probably. I'm sure it happened at least once, but for the most part, he just stood there and blocked my mix-ups when I tried to use them. I should have just kept 1BBing him until he gave me a reason not to. I really wish Mitsurugi's 6A was not a high, but a mid. I think that change alone would make him a lot more playable. For me, at least. I struggle with kind of how high risk he is. I mean, on the one hand, I enjoy the idea of high risk, high reward. In practice, in a game with lots of spammy characters, it's something else. But hopefully this will show me a little more about the Tira matchup for work today.